Namaskar, good morning from North America, and good evening to all the viewers and my beloved community members back home in India. I welcome you all once again to yet another episode of the Homeland Podcast, Season 1. As you know, Season 1 has been dedicated to KP diaspora across the globe, and KP diaspora, Kashmiri Pandit diaspora, doesn't only live in US, Canada, or Europe. We have been forced to live across the globe, and we are scattered all over the globe. So today I will take you live all the way to down under New Zealand to welcome my today's guest and a very special guest, Mr. Veerji Khar. Namaskar Mara, welcome.
Namaskar, namaskar.
And before I start introducing my guest and welcoming him, it's very important for me to tell you, to all the viewers, that right now and it's so inspiring that he is live with us right now. It's 2:30 a.m. सुबह के 2:30 बजे हैं उनके local time में in Auckland, New Zealand. So he is sitting with us live right now, 2:30 a.m. local time, New Zealand, and it's so inspiring, so wonderful. And look at the level of commitment we have from the senior, inspire, activists like Veerji. So allow me just a couple of seconds before I start introducing him. Professionally, Mr. Veerji Khar is a civil engineer. He has done his master's in human rights and international relations. He is originally from from Atsan Verinag. His exile journey, like many of us, started from Verinag to Srinagar to Delhi and eventually to New Zealand. He has also worked in NHPC with Government of New Zealand, and he is currently Director of Civil Consultancy in New Zealand. So, namaskar and welcome once again, sir, to this show. And it's an
Namaskar.
honor and privilege to have you here with us. दोबारा शुस गॉडन्यू सवाल तो यसान प्रसुन about your childhood days. I mean, you were born in Atsan Verinag, which is also one of the which is the origin of the river Vitasta. Yathas when Jailam Chivanan. How was your childhood and how do you remember that? I want to thoda sa something about your childhood days, the memories you have of the past.
Well, thank you, Himalay. Atsan chu Pulwama Mons.
Okay.
Atsan is in Pulwama, where my ancestors used to live. My dad used to work in Verinag, so that's why he had come there, and that is eyes, and we used to live there only. So I had my fond memory of that place is it's a very beautiful place. Kashmir man's a sathi sundar jai. But right from beginning, I have this memory of being a second class citizen all the time that I think I have got in my memory imprinted there that that is how life for a Pandit was supposed to be. I early on left for a boarding school. I was studying in Sainik school.
Okay.
So I moved out to Nagrota, not too far, but so that's
So,
that's
so that is that is something more. So, did you do all your education from Kashmir Valley, or you went outside? The
no,
valley.
I did my schooling from Nagrota, Sainik school,
Okay.
and then came back to Kashmir, Srinagar. I did my engineering graduation from Srinagar.
Srinagar. Okay.
From REC, yeah, REC Srinagar.
Okay.
And soon after, I got a job with NHPC in India,
Right.
where I was basically posted in Himachal Pradesh for 4 or 5 years. Back in '89 to Kashmir, then with family to Delhi. So in Delhi up to '98, and from '98 I left to New Zealand.
Okay. तो मतलब आपने भी गार्ड गार्ड का पानी पिया हो.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
So, coming back to a very serious question, Mr. Veerji Khar, you have been actively involved with Panun Kashmir since its day one, since from its very inception. So I want to know from you, because you have been very actively involved with it. You have helped the organizers. You have been yourself a great activist. So tell me, how do you remember the World Kashmiri Pandit conferences, the first, the second, the third, and the other important events in history of Panun Kashmir, like the head tonsuring mass ceremony we had. How do you remember all those events, and what were your experiences?
You see, right early on after our forced exodus from Kashmir, एक रिस्पॉन्स बनाया कश्मीरी पंडित कम्युनिटी ने.
जी.
एंड जब जम्मू में 91 में मिले, एक कम्युनिटी ग्रुप्स मिले, लीडर्स मिले, जो भी डिफरेंट तबकों के लोग थे, और एक रिजॉल्व किया कि जो हमारी कंडीशन है उस कंडीशन में हमारे लिए हमारा फ्यूचर क्या है. वो फ्यूचर यही लगा कि भाई हमको वापस अपनी धरती पर जाना है, लेकिन इन कंडीशन में जाना है. वो जो परिस्थितियां हमने देखी कि भाई एक रिजेक्ट कर लिया हमारे साथ रहना एक मेजॉरिटी कम्युनिटी ने, और हम लोग जो हैं अगर एक इक्वल फुटिंग पर रहना चाहते हैं और एक भारतीय की तरह हिंदुस्तान में किसी भी जगह रहना चाहते हैं, तो ये कंडीशंस होनी चाहिए विच हैज बीन adopted as मार्गदर्शन
रेजोल्यूशन. राइट.
तो एंड इस काम को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए एक ऑर्गेनाइज्ड मैनर में पनुन कश्मीर took the challenge and started the process of various stages. It took, मतलब 33 साल हो चुके हैं. We are still in the process.
We are in the process.
And I was not an activist. I am an activist. Okay. It will
Right.
continue till our final exit from this planet. Yeah.
Right.
So I was in Delhi those days, and we, like at any other place, we had so many places in India where we were establishing ourselves. तो we जैसे आपने देखा होगा कि मार्गदर्शन रेजोल्यूशन में हमने कहा so we demand.
Right.
A, B, C, D.
Points.
So demand.
Right.
अब हम लोग चल पड़े ये डिमांड किसको करनी है. तो जब हमने मुल्क हिंदुस्तान को देखा तो वहां देखा कि जिससे हम मांगना चाहते हैं उसको तो पहले जरूरत है. मतलब इमेजिन इंडिया ऑफ 90s.
राइट.
कितना क्योस था, और जहां हम जाते थे वहां हम देखते थे कि एक किस्म से बुरा हाल है. मतलब पूरे देश का बुरा हाल है.
बुरा हाल. राइट.
एक्सप्लॉयटेशन ऑफ, मतलब 50 साल हो गए थे या 60 साल हो गए थे, मतलब 50 साल अप्रोक्सीमेटली टू आजादी, और इंडिया still existed as a very I'll say shattered country, very poor country, very exploited country. ऐसी जगह में हम लोग अपनी डिमांड कर रहे हैं तो किसको कर रहे हैं. सो हम लोगों ने इमीडिएटली अपना एक किस्म से अपना मिशन बना लिया कि हम देश के कोने कोने में जहां भी हमारा डिस्पर्सल हो रहा है, वी विल पास ऑन आवर मैसेज.
राइट.
उस मैसेज को इसलिए था कि हमको लगा कि पनुन कश्मीर जो कॉन्सेप्ट है कि इंडिया को कश्मीर में वापस रीएस्टैब्लिश करना है, तो पहले उस इंडिया को तो डिफाइन करें हम. उस इंडिया की क्या हालत होनी चाहिए, वो कैसा इंडिया होना चाहिए, हमको पहले वही तय करना पड़ेगा. एंड a lot of effort was put in. Thousands and thousands of places पर हम लोगों को छोटी मीटिंग, बड़ी मीटिंग, प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस, प्रेस रिलीज, लोगों से एक सेमिनार, कहीं पर वर्कशॉप, ये सब करते रहे. a lot many people took part and it was a spontaneous action. उसी में एक वर्ल्ड कॉन्फ्रेंस जिसका आपने कहा वर्ल्ड कॉन्फ्रेंस भी की जिसमें हमने एक एक्सप्रेशन दिया कि हम कितने रिच हेरिटेज से है, हमारा कल्चरल बैकग्राउंड कितना उच्च श्रेणी का है.
राइट.
एंड वैसे ही देन वी वांटेड टू show our linkage to the Sikh society and how their impact has been, और यहां तक कि कैसे इवन सिख का वजूद हमारी वजह से है.
राइट.
हम होते तो गुरु गोविंद सिंह शायद, गुरु तेग बहादुर जी शायद बलि न देते, और हमारे ही पूर्वज गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी को शायद मंत्र पूजा से शस्त्र पूजा पर ले आए. तो उस प्रोसेस में we went with a big delegation to our
Anandpur Sahib,
and these were all fond memories, extremely good feeling of having done something.
Right.
लेकिन हिमालय आई थिंक इस सारे प्रोसेस में हम अभी बहुत कुछ करना है. मतलब अच्छा लगता है कि हमने किया है कुछ, और ये भी है कि अगर आप सक्सेस स्टोरी देखोगे, अगर आप स्कोर कार्ड देखोगे तो वहां ज्यादा नंबर अभी हमारे पास है नहीं दिखाने के लायक. तो इसलिए शायद जंग अभी बहुत जारी है. अभी आपने कर्नाटका इलेक्शन देखा होगा 2 दिन पहले
जी.
कैसे I saw some videos here. I don't know whether they were fake or not, but I saw some people getting a 500 rupees and entering the booth. Getting a 500
and entering the booth.
So, कितना जरूरी है अभी जो हम कह रहे हैं कि हमने जी प्रचार किया, या आजकल डिजिटल मीडिया इतना openly बात कर पाता है, which is a great thing. Like you can talk on issues without hesitation.
Right.
And in Indian channels हम देख रहे हैं, लेकिन शायद जो ये बात है शायद वो एक लिमिटेड बैंड तक ही जा रही है.
करेक्ट.
एक इंडिया में एक मैसेजिंग जो है, मुझे लगता है कि फ्राइडे को एक मॉस्क में या संडे को गुरुद्वारे में या चर्च में जो मैसेजिंग थ्रू रिलीजियस सर्मन्स जाती है वो शायद एक मेजॉरिटी कम्युनिटी हिंदू तक नहीं जा रही है. ये एक गैप है जो शायद एक्सप्लॉयटेशन का एक बहुत बड़ा आई विल से देयर इज अ बिग कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी फॉर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन, एंड इसको एड्रेस करने के लिए शायद कश्मीरी पंडित को ही कुछ आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा.
आपने बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट एक इशू रेज किया. आपने कहा कि उस समय 90s के दौर में जब आप लोग हर गली, हर शहर, हर every part of the country you guys were going to and trying to highlight the genocide of Kashmiri Pandits. But what your observations were like when you saw a helpless, a weak system in the country? अपने कंट्री के उस probably you touched upon a very important point जिसको हम कहते हैं will of the nation. So not only the challenge was to highlight our own genocide, but it was also that we were observing the challenges that there was a lack of the strong will the nation has. So when tomorrow Panun Kashmir organized Guru Tegh Bahadur Kritagita Yatra to Anandpur Sahib in 1995, and prior to that last year, I mean the previous year 1994, there was Gurdwara Sheesh Ganj Yatra. Do you think that euphoria that time has there been a very severe decline? Today, can we think of anything, pulling off anything like that, of that sort, that level that we used to do in 90s? What are the main reasons for that? Do you think with passing of the time, things are cooling down, or probably we are losing that exile consciousness and that sense of urgency that we should have a community nearing extinction every passing day? What do you think about that?
You see, uh, I think different times ask for a different response. Yamsat is Kashiri Drai, at that time, there was the euphoria कि यार हमारी बात सुनो, और आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ये सिंक होने लगा कि शायद हमारा पलायन कश्मीर से इसीलिए हुआ है, we have been forced to save this country. मैं छु वुनकस पूरा बासान कि बदरास कश्मीर पे या बोल से न्यूजीलैंड मतलब हालात छन डिफरेंट कि यथ वनो ना misunderstanding, misinformation. So and it's not just by chance. It's a deliberate, it's a scheme, well schemed process. Tatmas akis kashis batasosak role. Initially, its role I shows we executed that. We spread the message. We even went to matlab. I used to say jokes ke ऐसे गसान सब्जी वाली फूल गोभी है से फरीदाबाद या सरिता विहार रोजान
राइट
योज दपान ताजा फूल गोभी आया है भाई साहब ऐसे सेमी दपान नहीं ऐसा कहाँ जो हमारे यहाँ होता था कहाँ होता था हम कहते थे कश्मीर में अच्छा आप कश्मीर से हैं एम सुनोस युतुई वनो ना आसान तो मैं टेप रिकॉर्ड शुरू गसान कि तक क्या गा and it used to be anywhere. Like I am in a bus, I am in a street walking with somebody, I am doing a morning walk. I'll get an opportunity and I will pass on this message.
Right.
And then when you say today, I think today the digital media has created a different stance altogether. You don't have to go to now Gurdwara Shishganj.
Physically, right.
Say a word, you can now do the same thing
virtually
through media, and our people have done that, and they are efficiently doing it. There may be many more things that may be required, which we may be not that, I'll say, competent enough. शायद चाहे इसमें से क्या ऐसे मतलब इश्चनता में पाइक activist or tampaik chane se organizational structure banamut ke iskar ho beit yutke reach definitely it has made a big difference mit kunjay basan agar 2014 as months ak nationalist government India has months ai ya annas months chu Kashmir's Batsun in general, Panun Kashmir in particular, ak yogdan.
Right.
Kucha percentage सही के vary करे. का नफर एक वनित मैंने हमने बहुत कुछ किया. बैक नफर एक वनित थोड़ा किया. But कहाँ है कि वनित कुछ नहीं किया.
Absolutely.
That is a
that's a very important point. Very important point, yes. Let's talk about your fellow activists of yesteryears. Mechubuz from so many senior activists ki toyo Wagoner car back in India, and it was basically storehouse of Panun Kashmir pamphlets, literature, banners, placards, and it put in Pane that you would stop anywhere and it will trigger anywhere, even at the middle of the road, and you will start distributing those pamphlets, talking, telling people about our plight, our tragedy, genocide, what has happened with us. And Toyosu Karima's microphone probably India's Challenger mic would be there. So then so you were like always loaded and ready anywhere. So how do you recall those activism days? And I'm sorry, I have to apologize because you said you are still an activist. So how do you remember those days?
So December 89 chase with me delay. The while Bosuzek is Barsat Manskores immediately. Barsati used to be a basically sort of a servant quarter on the second floor of a house.
Okay.
But we were about 7 members of the family. So isge aspect as the Peswicho, Kira aspect Sarita Viharios Kavan Gatsun across the railway line in Delhi.
Right.
Escape Bashi. Yuthu es Sarita Vihar nish basmaz vasun chu.
Amar.
Ashan mother hekan basmaz vashti. Emish pata bwa thot patravana jai. That Badarpur bus, I still remember. Athis latki tha asan dafar. So we could not get down there. We had to go 2-3 stops beyond.
Had.
Salasa Darwaza and words, request kirke, which is gone. Then we had to walk back, and I realized कि मेरे बासान यस्तिका रुपए अगर विंकेस छासी ऐस पैस गाड़ी होना आनी क्या इसके अगर ये कम्यूट चु करूँ दिल में ये छन बेकाम बात किराए पर रोज़ो मगर गाड़ी के चासन. So I got a Maruti van. Wagner was in Kelasa.
Acha, Maruti
van asa.
Right.
So that was number DL3C 8866. So घर की बहाने ऐन में मगर soon it became a vehicle ever ready to reach anywhere. ऐसे इस्तेमाल दोन आसान मतलब दबाने से है फलन जाएगा इस पर प्रॉब्लम पक्की सर फोन उस ना आसान ये बस पैदल नफर युवान.
My God.
But ऐसे गाड़ी में मुझे I have the I'll say honor of even ferrying about 17 people in that van at one time.
Wow.
सदा नफर तेज तापन बिहान डिक्की बांध के तेज बिहान डिक्की यल थे तेज बिहान पता है that local places ते पता local used to nafraos the manos pata ye gird amchi to magar yim chine even if is dharna ch karan yim chine suna so violent dharna karan so we were
democratic
is it matlab sharif party karan it was not a violent demonstration,
right?
So very fond memories, and it was there for all the time. And Janpet Yahan Asim Panin Baki Sati. In fact, those are the times when we had others in Delhi like Razdan Saab the, hain, Handu Saab, Ramesh Handu, Ramesh Razdan. फिर ये लोग हमारे एक सबसे मतलब आप कहोगे initiators in that area. And then बाद में Haq Saab, Anil Dar, Faridabad had a good Manavati Saab, and Vijay Kolji, but important, God bless him, he left us early. So Sati Jan time to Vishmit, in fact, Akdochu, ऐसे चलो फिर कभी मतलब we had some good times there in trying to give our response whatever way. मतलब campus dilemmas थे ऐसे तकरीबन throughout the campus dilemmas तिमन वातन तिमन थोड़ा सा पनियाक contribution दें कि they feel कि there will be a tomorrow. Right. That was, I think, what we were trying to convey those times. It says limited resources yet man, satha limited resources yet. But we were still, I think, doing what that time asked for. Right. Kya aascha tamchi zarurat? I don't think tamchi chmai wango sasun chapter byak. So tatmans ho sakta hai ki यमे पाइच requirements या reception goes मेलुन सान्य engagement hun suchun melan as I said is sethi bemar mulkas man te sab bemar chhan wuni pura gamus right matlab nat goes Hindustan is Mulkas Mans, Panun Kashmir is organization asin, matlab yadgo support structure asin tyutki they should have adopted as a nationalist force. Right. Unfortunately, aspect kam gamut, aspect divisive forces amit use karna, which basically tried to exhaust us, but ak determination should we need to keep people at different levels are trying. We may have organizationally lost that I'll say a composition yes us such a Tamil level yes required us, but it is not our doing. I think Tetrahan variant to Tetrahan variant Setha Hematasan and
Right.
it is not a tragedy that for us it is tragedy for a country which needs
Mhm.
institutions like Panun Kashmir that uh, this has not been cared for as it should have been.
Right, sir. تۄہہِ کوٚروٕ use اکھ word بٮ۪مار مُلک and I think تۄہہِ وَننُک مطلب اوس یہِ کہِ you know when the state doesn't understand it is suffering from incomprehension.
बह छुस न्यूजीलैंडस मज रोजान ये आसान इंडिया एम्बेसी
Right.
आए दिन ये मतलब CAA इंडिया मज गसान धरना लगान ये ऑकलैंडस मज
Right.
ये कह नफर पगड़ी लगाई वातान कह नफर रेस थी वातान ये जरूरी कि पगड़ी लगाई सिख इथे पे यह जरूरी कि रेस लगाई कह पर्टिकुलर नफरी
Correct.
ये कि कह पेड एजेंट
Right.
अमिस कर अमिस एंटी इंडिया एक्टिविटी कर जन अनरेस्ट जनरेट गि बिटवीन न्यूजीलैंड पर इंडियन वन गवर्नमेंट इन तुम क्या करान यम वन हमारे यहाँ फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन है एम्बेसडर पत या हाई कमिश्नर वनान हाई कमिश्नर पत हाई कमिश्नर मेलान क्या यह मे वन चेट मे पन कश्मीर मे कशीर गसन यो
Right.
पन कश्मीर मे बेमारस इलाज कर
Panun Kashmir se Panun Bharat. Right.
Exactly, because Panun Kashmir means Panun Bharat.
Right.
Because you say Bharat Nyunchi Kashir, so guys not that layak asun.
Awesome. Correct.
Ashe Miss High Commissioners manan ki chun response kya chun successful. Us daban hai bikya kar. मतलब अख IAS officer yemis kun buchu dos में बासान ki ये मतलब such a highly qualified means एमच सठा study करमज
Right.
हम पत योतस वोतमुत एमिस पता response mechanism मगर एमिस एम दित न असी जुर बट पंडित जी गई बाकी इंडियन कम्युनिटी के यह ना सुई कॉर्नर मीटिंग करने ये
Correct. Right.
है अस क्या पज करुन मे भी तरीका सा ये कि युस नफर एक्टिविटी करे दिस गवर्नमेंट युस ये हाई कमीशन ये कि मन वीजा बंद कर मतलब अगर भी ये न्यूजीलैंडस मज यूएसएस खिलाफ ये यूएस झंड जाल न दिन मे गसन यूएस न दिन मेनिस खानदानस मज गसन
US का. Right.
दैट इज हाउ यूएस इंश्योर्स कि कह वीर खर करने ऐसे अंत मंगाई फलन जाए डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन.
Right.
Finally, after 3-4 chapters of these high commissions, Ak Nafar Aw, Sos Mara, him was now Dogra also. He was not from Jammu, but he was Mr. Dogra. I remember. Mara Kori, Mara Kori used to agitation man saw Koremis induced visa ban.
Okay, wonderful.
You see visa ka ban demonstration mara chana ache yima. Because every Indian in New Zealand has got a family back home, and we still tend to visit our family members, extended family members, which what I was trying to say is कि इतना vast experience हो रहा है हमको कि हमारे देश को कहां कहां पर तिकी तिकी खवान.
Right.
tiki kit purch at matemi, you put out bachaun but zaruri.
Right.
Uh, this is just one instance. There are so many other examples that we can, matlab, trahat sata khatyo J&K mas.
Mm-hmm.
Justification of that, aise karan. You shouldn't karan of common Indian. You
Mm-hmm.
should may mighty. You should
Mm-hmm.
farmers bill to may mighty.
Right. Right.
Pat karan, matlab baki pat yuan, magar emis should that level that what now.
Right.
Yelak Musliman yuan chu India pet immigrate gechit, such New Zealanders must Musliman rosa.
Absolutely.
Yelak Christian of India pet yuan, such New Zealanders must Christian rosa.
Mhm. Right.
Yelak Indian of yuan, matlab Hindu of,
Mm-hmm.
such yeti more identify karan as Indian.
Correct.
So yichak ak subtle ak cheese, hunch merge gasan with a larger mass
Larger religious.
of different as to use an Indu kichu as Rosan Indian connection. MCit kyachu yes as mevan mo be yes human messaging chikasan through their religious institutions. As to miss.
Misses.
So then we have to organize in a different manner, and I think it doesn't have the same penetration. अगर मैं कहाँ पर आज ऐस क्या पज है या क्या पज बुति करुन मे बासान बड़ जरूरी कि सन मैसेजिंग योजन अकिस तिथिस तबकस युजन ग्राउंडस पे कर्नाटका मज यून इलेक्शन तमी तबकन यमिस न मैसेजिंग वर्ड्स
Words.
नत सोशल मीडिया करान तूफान तुलान बट
In fact,
सोशल मीडिया अख पर्टिकुलर बैंड सिर्फ रिसीव करान
in fact, toy mara kuru bada very important point kuru to the touch kya my personal experience both like though I was interacting with a community, very senior community member, which basically Gujarat, but I was talking to him both ki yoga yoga yes is India it projects it as a soft power to the world. Yoga international, we have an international yoga day also now. We always hesitate in saying ki yoga is such a contribution of the great Sanatan Dharma to the world, and instead we will say it's contribution of India. The Mevon Temis, and he said, no, we should actually hesitate from saying that it has anything to do with the religion. Rather, we should say it's from India. India's must the Kaitisho Ahmad, which has Christianity given yoga, has Islam yoga, has Sikhism given yoga, or is it just your Sanatan Dharma? So why that hesitation? Hikuru the important point you raised, with the that reach out thing that other religious bodies, they have that institutions, let us say a mosque, a church, a gurdwara, to penetrate into the minds, but we somehow, or unfortunately, and that actually comes on our shoulders. Mr. Veerji, and it's again a very important question. You said a very important thing, a bimar psyche of a state. I will not call it a nation, but a state where the state doesn't understand it. It suffers from incomprehension. As Panun Kashmir has been telling government of India, or probably nation of India, whereas I should say that nation of India has received it to somewhat extent, but the state, political dispensation, policy makers, decision makers, they didn't understand that what Kashmiri Pandits told them, that last 700 years what has happened in Kashmir is jihad. But they instead want to acknowledge that as a kind of local law and order situation, yeah, cross border terrorism chi atwanan. They fail to acknowledge it as jihad. And secondly, but we have seen yathis genocide shavana, it had been thrusted on us that it was migration. So I guess important to calling a spade, or probably ourselves as victims of genocide, using the right terminologies.
Which this is again how my feeling is. There is an organized sector and there is an unorganized mass.
Okay.
It's part of the unorganized mass, shapeless,
Right.
or to organized mass, Yiman che pata. It's not that the government of India smanjim nafri che tim chena understand kara.
Right.
Understand करे che tim wuchan consequences agar na bhi kahin kar. Consequences cha tatmaz behtar. Kin consequences cha agar bhi kahin kar.
Right.
Wuni sanj temis basa agar na bhi kahin kar. Mesh behtar ti. Ashos agar to वनो बा simple of example कश्मीर में जैसे मना हमारा को ब्रिजनाथ ब्रिजनाथ कहते हैं हमारा को CID you should CID मतलब CID should have been ये गलत कोई पता आसान है
Concealed. Right. बिल्कुल.
अच्छा सर सी गांव शहर पता आसान CID कुछ कुछ छु
Correct.
योस न एस योस यूस organized होमोस तमे से identify थमित करे होगो यित पड़ Churching put at Hame Pakan.
Okay.
So when it came to the time of striking, they didn't take too much time where to strike hard so that it takes matlab, immediate reaction comes from us that we came running.
All right.
Police officer chu reaction diwan kunye crimes.
Correct.
Ya chemis gasan transfer या एमसी पे हमले गसान या एमसी मतलब ये मूवीज मन इस वुचान ति रियल लाइफ में सेठान सम एंड वी हैव बीन व्हाई मिस्टर द वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड मन इट कैन नॉट हैपन
एब्सोल्युटली
देयर आर कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस अगेंस्ट द पुलिस वालिस अगर तो हमले करी दिस इज द हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ क्राइम शायद प्राइम मिनिस्टर मारो नीन मामले त्यूता क्रिमिनल यूता पुलिस ऑफिसर मारो
That's right.
Yes, also shift of thought process show कि बागर ने किhin कर बीमार रोज तनी से बेहतर. I think that has been यथेश मनांशे के response दुतने national response did not come. which हमारा corruption छु तथ मुल्कस मंज गसान यथ मुल्कस मंज there is a mass उसने रिएक्ट करे
राइट
कित पर कंसी हिम्मत सुबह होता है राशन कार्ड चाहिए 500 रुपया दो व्हाट द हेल मैन व्हाई अगर बुछु सोचा इथे पर ये बुछु अगर पुलिस वाले मान में थोड़ा सा रख लो ना स्विच में रटान सपोज ओवर स्पीड करा वो वाला इमेज दबस यार अब कर लो ना जिस पर ना इंडिया में मिल बांट के कर लेते हैं Imagine what his reaction will be. He will drag me out of my car and take me to the closest prison.
Exactly.
Yichu, I can bottom level pe top level time same mindset. I am seeing some change in the current government's intention, particularly use UPS months is chance. For your information, मतलब न्यूजीलैंड जो आख privilege ऐसी, इसकी नेंद्र च बता अखबार चाहसान इंडिया छपे में.
Right, time zone is different.
We get the first glimpse. मतलब अगर बस सुबह सत्य newspaper है कान बुझे, तो अच्छा वाले आसान मुझे मतलब not वही मतलब Indian times जो आसान मुझे सुबह च 8 बजे.
Absolutely.
They are deep sleep, and we know many times we have been ringing India that here to hai Karnataka mein kyun ho rahe ya kyun ho.
Exactly.
So that privilege has been with us, and we are keeping a track. I have seen there are some rays of hope, like you said, ke Yogi ji using Karanchu. It has generated a good feeling, right. And it's not religious. It is more of administrative setup. But like in Kashmir, what happened was total failure of the administration.
Collapse.
Right. What is the responsibility? There are governance laws. Why have those been just neglected?
Right. Absolutely.
That machinery fail gay gasan. a criminal mindset go encourage gasan, and then using the infrastructure of mosques, it became an easy
Propagation tool.
communication.
Right.
Yeah, हो सकता आज छुन तिमन त्यूता जरूरी सु चैनल क्या इसके वंश तिम हेका WhatsApp पर
Social
एकदम
media. Hmm.
social media, they are using it, and I tell you, they are one step ahead still.
Very, very impactfully they're using it, right?
Yes, yes.
Veerji, you also said a very important thing. Ki use Panun Kashmir, as an organization should have been celebrated, so probably hailed by the state of India. The importance of Panun Kashmir. It is not just for the reversal of genocide of Kashmiri Pandits or a homeland, a separate homeland for Kashmiri Pandits in the valley, but it is also very important not just only for the Kashmiri Pandits but for rest of the country, for the state, for from the we often use a term called geopolitical strategic foothold. We use it from the external security aspects also. It's very important. Toichu basa kun saath that when we say that from last 700 years as a community what we have faced is genocide, the state has been the denier, negate Korea genocide. So how culpable one be, how how much how much uh, um, the state of India you put in the witness box for that it is also equally culprit for denying that genocide, and not not calling it a genocide. How important in your perspective is that?
Whichever, I'll give you a small different example. Pakistan should be declared as a terrorist state.
Right.
You should India search dunia haswana. Hey, you can also declare.
Right.
Indian Kora you declare terrorist state. India is kya issue nahi. ये रात टाइम ट्रेड हो से मिसिट करा.
I think very recently it was the most favorable nation for them.
Most favorable cricket match गिनने का था. So soon is इक्यासा गाँव it was almost normalized.
Right.
अगर महबूबा मुफ्ती तमिज मिट्टी के माधव से इक्वेशन थे है ठीक. मिट्टी का माधव क्या हो तमिज नाव
राम माधव
तमिज से इक्वेशन ठीक थे है. इसमें ऐसा क्या है तत्वना रहमत हक गए मिताज. तमिज का मतलब तमिज आव शनि तमिज महबूबा तमिज गो माइंडसेट तमिज बादशाह बखस में अलमन.
Right.
तो इस बचे तावना.
Right.
Otherwise, यथे पहुंचस वना, what has happened to us is 100%. It's a genocide in the process, and whether somebody agrees to it or not, मैं कमी सच agree करना हूँ. लालू प्रसाद सच है. लालू प्रसाद यादव गच्छा में जुन. केजरीवाल गच्छा में आस्तिक जुन. या even whole Modi's regiment, तिमंशा आस्तिक जुन. No, meduta tick, that is important.
Right.
So, Buchusa migrant kin baas force karne. Mech pata was for. When agar Shamlal ji रहना शन फिक्री तरह कि मैं क्या पज वन.
Right.
After puta correct समय इस्तेमाल एमिस तारी फिक्री. Don't worry. We have to take step further. मतलब organizationally, युथी तो विचार चु तेतरहन वरियन चु आख organization Panun Kashmir आख the only response provide karan to our tragedy. The whichever there are responses required like me kot kunch pakun.
Yeah.
Such a organized ways mans jawab diwan. Tetran variant ch magar is devarasit kal te khasan kya achun bozan ka या छुन का अख रिसेप्शन दिवान.
Reception.
कुछ साथ चा दिमाग स्टार स्टार दिन हो सकता है दिमाग गसन थोड़ा सा दिल.
Right.
आज मुझे अगर म्योन आके एक्टिविस्ट थोड़ा सा हिलो ताम मतलब का उन सुचनो म्योन बोय ताम मतलब का थोक थोड़ा दिमहोस रेस ये पाकी बे या ऑर्गेनाइजेशनली कुछ साथ बासान पनुन कश्मीर गा वीक. which is true. We should not matlab, say because we belong to a race which loves to talk openly, freely, democratically. मतलब as to भगवान थोड़ा थोड़ा सा आयुक मेहरबानी.
Right.
So if we talk very frankly, organizationally chu इनकेस Panun Kashmir सदा कमजोर गम. But yim आमिक
Ideological.
yim there is no compromise on what the organization is looking at.
Looking
There
at.
is no difference of opinion between the members there.
Correct.
If there is a member in Jammu or if there is member in Mumbai, they may be organizationally struggling here, but they are brothers in arms. There should be no doubt to anybody.
Doubt about that. Bill, absolutely.
Ashok Pandit, Asari Brum, timers pet, responsible movie banawan. या मोती कोल बम्बी पेट हमेशा तैयार सपोर्ट सिस्टम क्रिएट करना.
Right.
पता कर पीके रहना सन विचान जमिस मंस येम जन गरे शिफ्ट कोर पन्निस ऑफिस मंस क्या इसकी वही किचलेट क्या चोर योर.
Right.
How can you forget that? How can you forget what Kuldeep Rana, Ajay Chrangu, Dr. Abhishek, Shailendra Emma, name them. Pradeep Mattu, these are the stalwarts. You cannot say Yimarache organization ke kamzor. That doesn't mean Pradeep Mattu and me are not the brothers in the same arms. There is no difference.
Right.
But sawal chu as chu Hyderabad manz o Sashasan Mr. Call. If I still hear the pain in his voice about where we ought to be, where Lalit ko.
Lalitji. Right.
It is no different to what a person in Purkhu or a person in Jagti is doing.
Right.
Aspect gav sathai laiti gav dokh aise. Dokh gav ye ki batchu majboor as economically sustain Panpan Karun is agar to when you winkes, what is your priority number one? Main kinch priority number one, sustenance economically and excelling in it. And we should reach a level where butter ought to be. Economically, we have to raise ourselves to a level where we can negotiate. Which numbers we can't. The world politics plays in numbers. We can't. But world politics also plays with money.
With money, absolutely.
And with influence. Now, influence can be generated if you excel. Agar to pagachu can achieve hakan karit. Matlab to Facebook using chair chu. He has got more power than a cabinet minister of ours because he can so much of
narrative, right?
And he has got control on. Agar butters chu kuni tariq panun achieve karun, we may have to attack this type of. We may have to invest into this type of excellence.
Absolutely.
Agar aise bach chu nokri chi zaruri che mis. अगर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया मज बेमार आशेन नफर या षड्यंत्र गिंजहन J&K मज गाम यम कथन निमन छकरावहन.
Right.
There should have been a response answer नौकरी लागin मगर यमन को सासु कुन तरीका एक्सीचा Jagdi camp yamdo balyamurchu. I remember I was writing from here. Ki ideally this camp should have been in Kashmir. That's my thinking.
Right.
That why are you taking us from one desert area to another desert area? if you really want to start the process of reversal, we have given you help.
Right.
You set up, and then we could have even though that was not a solution for us. Like, we did want complete package. Like, we don't want to be part of a system
System.
which is totally medieval, which is matlab tim chu wani barbaric hisabas mas pakan.
Right.
Magar how Farukubla manipulates, how Manmohan Singh doesn't understand, and it's well ignored as to Ethibe.
Wapas.
The aim of those people was imdasan apari rose.
Relief Salivia Gilio.
So yes, sak kismich ak understanding gus yin mulkas man, even with the nationalist government, swachan wini gatsan.
Okay.
Öşçü diaspora karar minkeşi utru sas look. India never ruled it, but
Right.
Yimzan different organizational ak voice kar khada takis youths meet opportunity parnish lekhne jaan jayen.
Right.
Yim youth dry yim gay matlab because their gene tells them don't stop till you excel. And excel is definition ch pratvari badlan.
Badlan.
Salary to change gathan and yes na expectation.
Okay, right.
Yim utra sas look chuna kuta zaruri ch yim gathan sanis yat missions months participate karing directly. Ago they have got it in their mindset. Ag diaspora exercise gay ki there have been many, like there is KOA is already established. But sometimes KOA's president wants to the money Marach come. I said, Yim Yetsha.
Yeah, more of cultural thing.
Yim is organized cultural smasti hagan.
Must hakan kare.
Right. We saw to nakarne ki bahane ka. So the man Bumarach's culture karha slip camp park.
Right.
So ak frustration is generate chigas. Pachi insan the pan chalo. Let's try to organize the diaspora.
Right.
Ye diaspora organize gache. Goes Hindustan again at matlab they should have nourished it. Ki America has mans ka response din khatr chu America ko ak citizen jawab diwan in favor of India ikta jaan jai. The Batasu patriot, committed patriot. Chunu munye
Seldom. No way.
Chunu munye banyong ke.
Bilkul.
Instead kya kasa? अच्छी मासान यम नफर ना यमन वनान ची यार तुम थोड़ा सा यम ना क्लर्क चासान तिमन च वनान यार न्यूजीलैंड में कुछ करो ना वहाँ कोई सपोर्ट सिस्टम जनरेट करो ये करने मैं यूसन ये ऑलरेडी च गेम तैयार करम चीदी ना आथ थोड़ा सा जू ये क्या कर इसी ने में था
right
थोड़ो बहावे च इस करो इत पर अच्छा मैं तो थोड़ा सा मतलब भगवान मा छुस इंसान
right
बुचुस फिसलनस गसान कुन साद तैयार बुचुस फिसलान कित पर बुस दबन या डायस्पोरा करी पाते बकर फिलहाल येश में वनान क्या था
right
हालात यते कि रिटर्नस मतलब बुचुस यते वनान बकर है एमिस हेड क्लर्क सन्स दिकम मगर अगर ये रिटर्नस में बनी है बतापस मामूली बस एक चेक यूता इन्फ्लुएंस. Can you help us to increase the relief of these people? We will do anything for you in America.
For their survival, right?
You choose number manga. Kya meche kunjay damana matlab meche बहुत चीज सही. Buchus कुछ साथ तमिस दपा बगसा कशीरी पच्चीस security guard में सीच मेलान पच्चीस लोग फोटो त्रावान Facebook अस पे बासा उस कशीरी तरमुत आना official visit. Security guard इसी में सूट छासान में तमिस सूट फोटो तुलुन तो बुचुस impression दिवान I am very important person कुछ साथ ची यित्सी में नीड पूर करान मतलब अगर मैं आज बरक्स न्योन काउंटर पार्ट ऐसी कश्मीर तुम सुखे में बकवास्तान
एब्सोल्युटली बिल्कुल
बे दपस कुछ नहीं दिया ये क्या किया बे यथी काम करने टाइम यस तम तो लागे बीमार तम तो करे स्तन काम यस ये टाइप ऑफ एजुकेशन छ डायस्पोरा छ इन्वॉल्व करू आत्मन सोन नफर कुता दृढ़ है रूजित सह शायद तस लेवल वन वोतमुत यम सात तुम वुचान छो डायस्पोरा रोल सह रोल कुन सात पूरे हकान गसित सह तु मजबूर अमिस योहे करान युस ना अति बीमार मुल्क हेड क्लर्क
बिल्कुल
it is unfortunate situation but I think there is hope because there is a regular process. And there is a path that I think people are looking at, people are experiencing कि ये क्लर्क ना छुन पत कुन तपाल ते लगान के एमे जुत में थोड़ा सा जुतम हैंडशेक तो करूम ये करूम मगर पतना आतना के पत गसान होम मिनिस्टर से मेल होम मिनिस्टर बनान अब क्या है जेनोसाइड माथे पर चिपकाओगे एब्सोल्युटली मैं तो वना बुझदा बा आसी क्या है
ह्यूमिलेशन यस
तो एमिस बेसिकली प्रायोरिटी बदली ये छुन कि ये छु he is wrong because I personally feel the current nationalist government in India has got the pulse of the nation now. They are understanding कि ये जो तूफान ये डिपार्टमेंट का नजर से दिवाना अच्छी बुझान ये जो ससुर सोम इमोज खत्म करूँ
sorry subversion is everywhere
तूफान so युतुई तिम अस्कुन बुझान तिमन छु बासान एमिस बटस छुनु वनी प्रॉब्लम तीसा ये संभाल थोड़ा बहुत मैं इस प्रॉब्लम पेमुत यपर बाकिस मतलब they mean vancho Kerala story dry settlement which the how tragic it is.
Absolutely.
Karnataka उसमें बासान one of the most cosmopolitan states in South India. Not those Malayali, not true, Telugu, not true, Tamil. Yours thoda basan, you see Kannada chi yours basan thoda more acceptable too. Right. Magar, again, such a thing, will our country in near future face more challenges the way demography is changing?
Correct.
Or does the majority community in India need to establish itself and show that I am majority? I show Garasman Mool the Pan, which is the Mool.
Right, which one?
You Gara, I took Vatan the Pan, my Zakar, we saw my board. Not Chasan, Kuni Mulkaste, just majority community Chasa. They are the people who take the ownership of the nation and then tell others you are welcome to stay, but these are the rules and regulations.
That is exactly how Islamic Christian countries, they behave.
Every self-well-wishing country does that. Ashiyo chumuk yedzan ashi chumanan baki takit pochu rozu. Itskalas correction gachi, tiskalas heknu Panun Kashmir ak step to tuli, tiskalas gaches hamesh pani organizational strength weak basan.
Weak.
Agar as an individual which is kya karan, even having the same good feeling for Kuldeep Rana as my friend.
Right.
But organizationally, chine second panma ye talmel judai because I told you, it's environment asmans, yatmans, base corrections to zaruri.
Correct.
Agar to toy nahi sab theek hai, main chala lunga, then I am partly a bit of thoda sa, which is thoda dolmutte. Except कि main innings was that level pet yam sat nitin daraswan में वनन बाया सपाक ब्रो बकराई से support दिमाई से पानी आप experience सुली मैं ची नितिन ब्रो पकनाऊं मैं ची टीटूस वनन बाया सपाक ब्रो मैं ची Himalay वनन सपाक ब्रो ये ची आप baton pass करेंगे अगर बह छुस दपान नहीं मुझे ही पता है यह छु अख मुश्किल क्या मे पता my son knows things how to handle better than me यम
Right.
मे अख acceptance यह organizationally थोड़ा सा हेकन चांस बनित कि we will improve.
We will improve.
हो
Absolutely.
सकता है कुछ जाए छे मैं ये गलती थी करमज कि एक टाइम was Panun Kashmir everybody's hope. It had generated a hope.
Right.
Today it is not that those people don't believe in it, but they don't feel that this team can deliver it.
Okay.
अगर कष्ट बासान वीर जी यहाँ हेतुन में गसुन थोड़ा सा
Silent.
प्रांजो वहीं या थोड़ा सा हेतुन बुड़न वहीं
Mhm.
मैं चाहिए मिसी हो बरकरार था वहीं कैंसिल बेह के मिस रिस्पांस immediately Himalay throws broke we sabaya ichhe mi continuity paka
Correct.
be exi jai ne pure deshas videshas mans a continue thaving ye flame kyas ki samay aayega there will things change
Right.
things will change and we have to be receptive to that change. Again, I want to emphasize our economic strength has
Mhm.
to go big. It has to go big.
Right. Absolutely. Toikaru, malab, you said a series of things and so important that agar istiman point by point or topic by topic to lo, so probably we will go for hours together. The Mitch Magar still I will not miss out on some very important questions that have actually kept for you and probably noted them down. Uh, in my last four episodes, I highlighted the genocide of Kashmiri Pandits from last 700 years. Magar it should very important mara ki it put toy vanan oisyovinista and it's very important to talk on the reversal of that genocide. Did genocide happen with us? Yes. Is it still happening with us? Yes, true. But the question is on the focus should be on the reversal of genocide. Tam khatre agar toy aise thoda sa and secondly I mean, because this is this entire Homeland podcast. You see, season one, it has put dedicate kormut to reaching out basically to Kashmiri Pandit diaspora and from the veterans, senior most activists, people like you who are also an inspiration for us. Way much senior than us. The aswento to ki the diaspora because in my last episodes also I asked this question to every guest that when we talk of the especially the cultural genocide, amuk reversal. So speaking in our native language, Kashmiri language is very important. Kashmir pat kat karan is very important. Agar na is Kashmir pati kat karo, so we cannot claim ki we are we are working on the reversal of the culture that includes broad variety of things, tradition, language, cuisines, customs, whatnot. मैं तो बड़ा चीज because many of us know that personally also not only as a leader in New Zealand but also personally also you have taken a series of initiatives so मैं वही तो ये थोड़ा सा दी तो मैं just give me a little idea and I want viewers to know also what initiatives number one the Kashmiri Pandit diaspora wherever it is located should take as of now and secondly toy kashu personally initiatives that you have taken for this cause so just to get an idea because many of us don't know we know but not everybody in the audience knows so I just want them to listen to you.
Himalay, I see there's a request that we should talk in Hindi and English as well.
Okay.
So, in fact, I had the same. I thought the message to me is that this is to address our Kashmiri Pandit mainly, but I'm sure कि वो हिंदी और अंग्रेजी भी अच्छी तरह समझते हैं.
Right.
कुछ my personal approach to life has been, it is direct action. I want action. I want when I return home, there has to be on the board a score. Right. I cannot come home and say I tried today. Maybe tomorrow something will happen.
Right.
I was in Kashmir Samiti, Delhi. I was the general secretary there. It's in '96. A young Kashmiri Pandit came from Jammu, and his wife, well, I'm sorry to share this, but I think bad things have to be spoken out. His wife had been taken away by a local Muslim in near Qutub Minar,
Oh my God.
along with his 12-year-old daughter. They had
Oh.
both agreed to go with him
Hmm.
for whatever. I don't want to go into the details. Why was he in Jammu? What? This is the situation which was presented to us in Samiti. Now, DL3C8866 was parked. So I called these guys who were there that let's go there. Does anybody know where he is? So we got up, we got into the car, and that is the day when I said we were about 12, 15 of us. We jumped in. In fact, Dr. Ramesh Rana, the president of All India Kashmir Samaj, was one of the passengers in the car that day.
Oh, okay.
We straight went into Qutub Minar area. We went into that locality, got hold of the lady and the girl, put them in the car. Now, this man, who was the person who had lured them, he tried to challenge. So we put him also in the car. We said that whatever we had to say, we said, and we reached the police station. Like, cutting the long story short, we basically
Which year
took an
this was?
96. We reached the police station, and in police, we told them that if you want all of our 50,000 people to come and create a big
Ruckus.
ruckus here,
Mhm.
otherwise, we are happy even to pay 15 rupees to this man, give him an auto, he goes home. Otherwise, he will see his dead body and will not. So
Spare.
at that time,
Mhm.
what I am trying to emphasize, not that we were very brave people or something. What I am trying to emphasize is we took an action. Police saw the reason, and we were able to recover this lady. This is one of the instances. Uh, what it means to me is reversal of genocide will not
Wonderful.
happen.
I think that's the best
Rever-
answer. Right.
reversal of genocide will not happen by a press conference only. Reversal of genocide will happen by action at every level. I am in Chandigarh doing a recce with Kuldeep Rana, who was General Secretary of Panun Kashmir then, and I think he continues today. अर्शद रामिद आनंदपुर साहब का देखने की रूट मैप क्या रोज we are in the bus stand of Chandigarh. An army man approaches us. Kuldeep Rana is like he looks like a overseas person.
Yeah. Looks like a foreigner. Yeah.
Foreigner. Ye army man closed on us, and he was waiting for some colonel or somebody to come. He had come with a jeep for him. So this man told us, where are you from? So we said we are from Kashmir. Oh, Kashmir. And he assumed we are from the majority community there.
Right.
He said, बहुत बुरा हो रहा है ना वहां पर. I was, हाँ अब क्या करें? And we could smell that the way he was talking, he assumed who we were, like we were Mr. Abdul.
Right.
He tells us that, look, you are not the only people who are fighting. I am from Kargil. I am doing my bit. Whenever we have to give any information or whenever we have to do this, that, we also try our best. We are a team.
Oh my God.
Now, reversal of genocide, current Shaswa, we grabbed this army man. We grabbed him and we yelled in such a state that police came, Punjab police came, and we told them, this bastard is a criminal. Take him in and me was NHPCU card asan.
Mhm.
So I took it out. I said, I am a government official. You should know MS Hawan. Shuti wana isko andar le lo. Ye hamara core MS tha. We had a Kashmiri Pandit working for CBI in Chandigarh.
Mhm.
As per his report later, they were able to trace a big
Oh, great.
linkage to
Wow.
what was happening.
So you actually busted a module there. Wonderful.
Again, I'm saying it is not, I was a brave person, but what I'm trying to say is, agar bu vanan chus economically, I suppose strengthen gasun.
Gasun. Correct.
Buchus wuchan, kashur but chu parith lichit. Yuchu wuchan ki ake gaman dra, Veer Khar, you was New Zealand as man's carrying setha kaim.
Mhm.
Setha kaim karna pate, both exile period, yet nas my colony to banawan, but kinchami colony, you should banawan.
अच्छा शुते बनावा. Okay.
So starting from zero, I tried to go to a level where I feel कि बहक पगा का कैसे थोड़ा सा यत अथरोट की बनान या मदद के लिए.
Handhold.
So what I did is in July last year, I went to Jagti and contacted some local people there, told them अगर तहमशा यथां का नेबर नहीं हो मतलब तिमन बासे या कुछ टाइम कर ब्याह पागल है इसमें. So I virtually picked up 15 people, telling them that I will take you there, and your qualification has to be tohle given kunyivan. Tochu overage the government, tochu no permuti zyada. Kya yemis age chuvni so hek India में that just gets kunyi.
कैसे? बिल्कुल सही.
Yus no overage government chu temis win chance kana training a veninga kare.
Correct.
Magar yemne na permut chun bech overage government. Message cha akai commitment. Tochu wanun मैंने जाना ही जाना है. Pati bu mananga so steps करा. So again, the person in Jagti, I had a friend, his name is Vimlesh. So recently retired from LIC. I told him, Vimlesh, yah kara ak prototype run.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting again short, we send them for trainings in India. We spend the money to train them. 5 of them landed in New Zealand in January.
Right.
Their net saving per month is now kuch sawa 1.5 lakh rupiah they are able to. Likewise, I think tomorrow there are another 3 or 4 landing.
Right. And in Chamarasari, these all kids are coming from Jagti to New Zealand?
These are coming from Jagti.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Now, again, the whole aim is to show a dream which our people can achieve. You choose number one, matlab, I don't want to say kharas kas, which was Panun Kashmir, which was temis hakani vani, yemis ak mech pata hai, emis sho ak biches opportunity band karna. Right. Wo saas look mehi ete bihit. Wo saas look ch mehi bihit different countries and imagine agar is sari ete nebri pete akak small step
right
to love.
Right.
Isse ko complexion change kare panyu community.
We can create the ripple.
That is our step 1 for our reversal of genocide. To me, Israelis, Jews did not reach their place just because they had the will. Juhun Jamagi Santulano Seta Kamzor Gum. The way Timano Sam torture Karni Timo Seta Kam. Magar Timo Yuthi Pani economic strength Tisa Kar
raise.
Timcha as they can dictate Keris President of America as K Agar Soli Galap Actor for Gati Tachi Santa for Rose.
Bolun. Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
So, Son reversal. You shouldn't push me Wathun to Pekimara Ismara Gaso Kalenja, Patmara Rosovic, Exi colony months. कैसे रहोगे भाई? तुम्हारा देश बीमार है, बीमार देश को पहले ठीक करो. उस देश को ठीक करने के लिए अपनी लेवल इतनी ऊंची करो. सुषमा वाला ऊपर वाला खुद बंदे से पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है? Stuff level पे टका सब इस बात है. And we have the capability to do it.
Absolutely.
बाकी इशू वन ने तू हमारा जेनोसाइड एक्सेप्ट कर ये कुछ मैंने कह दिया जेनोसाइड है दैट इज इनफ फॉर मी I have weighed it, I have checked it, it meets that, and I will make those responsible to pay for it.
Pay for it.
Also, मतलब आज 10 वरी ब्रोस यासिन मलिक जहाजस मंज खसान एयरफोर्स की जहाजस मंज खसान दिल्ली गसान आज तिहाड़ जेलस मंज गव ना देर आयद है मगर दुरुस्त है
that is
so
true.
That's the flame that will keep us there, and I think there is a new generation like you, Himalay, like I just met Bhupinder, Nitin. It is so nourishing. It is so good feeling.
Right. I think before I go to the question and answer session, that is how we actually conclude the show. Tambron Prasobito, a last question. Simple question. Why Panun Kashmir?
The world that you live in, Atman's ak modern human being सुयवान मान युस कत बात करित मशवर करित अक डिसीजन करान या फिर डेमोक्रेसी तिश मनान
राइट
मतलब न्यूजीलैंडर छा पगा चाइना सहित फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट करुन किन ना ये छा मैसेज यवान सोजन प्रत गरस तमिश मनान सोज सा एस पनिन फीलिंग दे
ओपिनियन
ये छु कंट्रीब्यूट हेकान करित पत छु डिसीजन गसान ये छु न गसान कि जयवर्धनेन मोन बदिमयमन पोर्ट पत सोरी मुल्क सनान मुल्क ज़लित Panun Kashmir, when it did not happen next day, it's like तकरीबन ज़राए वरी मतलब 91 तान गए तकरीबन ज़वरी मतलब दिसंबर पे 91 अस्तान दिसंबर 89 पे 91 अस्तान ज़वरी अक मशवर के
unison consensus raising
अक घर कत कर तो क्या बासान and अक यने जम्मूस मं यने दिल्ली मं जब जयपुर च गसान लोग ग्वालियर वत लोग बॉम्बे वत लोग and पत यम सारी तोते बुलाइत दोन दोन अक सीरियस कन्वेंशन करित यत मं यम साई विद्वान am टाइमिक ٲسۍ
all the sections of the Kashmiri Pandit society,
all sections of the Kashmiri Pandits decided this is what has happened, this is what should be the response.
correct.
And when it was put to the vote there, it was a unanimous decision. There wasn't any, there were clarifications or this, that, but because I very fondly remember I was sitting there. मेरे को बहुत क्लैरिटी है इस मामले में कि एक कंसेंसस से डिसीजन लिया गया. अब मैं कौन होता हूं ये कहने वाला भाई पनुन कश्मीर भाई आपने फैसला किया हमने तो ये किया कि भाई हम इसको आगे चलाएंगे. Correct. और इसमें चलाने वाला भी कोई ये नहीं है कि मैंने ही चलाना है. It's a team of volunteers. आप आइए जुड़िए और आगे बढ़िए.
And it should be the mission of every Kashmiri Pandit.
It is. It is. Deep inside, it is every Kashmiri Pandit's mission. But sometimes people look at it in a reversal of genocide. I gave you a tangent patak example.
And I think that is the most practical answer I have ever heard for the reversal.
Likewise, चमनलाल गड्डू जी हमारे प्रेसिडेंट होते थे दिल्ली समिति में. For how much has he fought? How much has he fought for even a तहबाजारी to get सुनील शक्दर दिल्ली में है? How much has he fought? These are the people I am saying they equally contribute towards this major mission. They may have identified as a small capsule of it, but they all roads lead to the same thing.
Same
So
goal.
again, replying to your answer, it is the community who has decided, and we are just obeying the orders of the community
Community.
at large.
Well said.
Tomorrow, when things change, when things assume a different dimension, pagachu kya gasan Saudi Arabia petchu gasan kya changes. Even major changes.
Right.
Because the way things are, I believe in next 50 years, the world has to be a very different place. And Kashmiri Pandit has to prepare for that world.
That
Kashmiri
change.
Pandit cannot look at the 89 now. We
Right.
have to see where we are heading.
The dynamics always change, right?
मतलब आज छु प्रसान chat GBTS नफर दबान छुस मैं छु गसुन South America. मैंने सब plan करित I want to land in Brazil. मैं दी trip करित रहन दोनों. Half a second as मंच छु और यवान.
Itinerary.
Actually क्या? This is a fact. And this is where I have to align myself to. So तमी खतर मार पे ऐस बेमियल. तमी खतर मार पे ऐस बेयाक dimension choose करें कि Mema then can additional dimensions are there. And once that happens, again people will come, people will say, Yamilat asna veer tat level pet ho sakta hai veer as tam sath ak support role as months. Yeah, advisory role as months.
Right.
Byaak nafar as minkas broham.
Absolutely. The evolution, right? I think Veerji, I'm also running short of time, but before I conclude this show, as always, it always, culminates with a question and answer session. By the way, I have received a bulk of questions from you because people have been keenly listening to you. And this show, you can speak in Hindi, English, and Kashmiri. The reason being, the majority of the audience is Kashmiri Pandits. So, and cultural genocide, by the way, so we have to speak. So, I will take the first question. It comes from Vanshika Cole, Mumbai. She has been hearing you, and let me just read out. I got the text on my phone, I think forwarded by the back end team. And Timoshak Sawatim, she wants to know, Vanshika wants to know from you, how do you think we can still the consciousness of Panun Kashmir into those generation that are born post 1990? This is a very important question. So Ichi Prasan ki namta pati yim in exile. How do you think that consciousness of Panun Kashmir can be instilled in them?
See, Vanshika Namaskar, any Kashmiri Pandit who firstly understands himself, it is his duty, it is his prime duty to first understand fully. When somebody tells me that Panun Kashmir mara bane patkusaj that navid, that's a foolish question. I will tell him that you are not understanding what we are trying to tell you. So first, let's understand. You think by understand karan chus, patchman khatr setha easy to explain
This
to my
one.
next generation.
Right.
My Jiti Jagti example is that Dr. Agni Shekhar understands Panun Kashmir. So Himalay understands Panun Kashmir.
Right.
Thoda ch मैं Taran Fikri, मेरी daughter such winkes Australia has. She is more vibrant.
Right.
The whole thing is, अगर मैं interest छु कुनी चीज़स मन, अगर मैं cricket छु खुश करान, बुचुस प्रथका कोशिश करान कि कत चैनल पेट आस विराट कोहली गिंदान, कत चैनल पेट हेकन बुचुत प्रोन का series. I will always search for that information and always be feeding myself.
Right.
I'm sorry to message you bachu behan, emis generate gasan ye cricket.
Resonate.
Starts loving. Pachus ba emis divan, badrak bat hana tenit, ball hana tenit. He loves that. Likewise, methi garasmas environment banawan chus. Buchus, Prat, I would love you people to take a direct telecast. You will see 100 Kashmiri families celebrating Zetortum, and then with the mission that Agdo Manao base Panjai,
Wow, beautiful.
Varagaso is Bekashir.
Yes.
Yichu I the Lakut Bajtikara, Yichu Burtikara, and they understand. Kazki Yim Timan Zitche, Timochak understanding Ratmus, Timchak Vatavaran create Karan. Yichim Yapata.
Mhm.
There must be even a better way, which Vanshika you will have to come up with. Because you are more modern in thinking and your brains are more fertile. मजा तो
Right.
तब है जब अब आप शुरू करो हमको बताना कि इसको आगे कैसे चलाना है.
Chalana, right.
Thank you.
Second question, Shumara, I think Rudra Pandit from Jammu. He has asked you a question. How do you think the other overseas senior activists like you can help in getting together and narrative building and for the resurgence of Kashmiri Pandit cause?
My experience has been, Rudra, that there is no community as united as Kashmiri Pandits. The intent to help each other and help each other with full passion exists all across.
Across.
Agar toy paga Zimbabwe gasanchu, if you go to Zimbabwe tomorrow and you look at the directory there and you find Mr. Cole, Rana, Khardar somewhere, approach them and you will see what level of reception they grant to you.
Hospitality, absolutely.
And that hospitality is not come and have damalu with me.
Mhm.
They will go out of way to help you
Help you in
to
settling. Yeah,
settle.
absolutely.
So, and it is not me,
Mhm.
it is all of us. Now,
Right.
sometimes, if you had asked me the same question in 1998,
Mhm.
when I was getting up at 5:30 in the morning to sell newspapers on the street, I am not sure how I would have said I will be able to help. So sometimes if you find somebody is not that receptive, please take it that he is trying to find his feet. But the moment he finds even half a feet, he
He
will
will
bounce back and help you.
definitely. That's the most optimistic right, the way of looking. And next question is from Parth Ganju. Parth is in Mumbai, and Parth is asking a question from Mumbai. New Zealand has passed a law on genocide crimes in 2000. Having lived in New Zealand for a while, how do you think having a similar genocide law in India will help in deterring such crimes and such tragedies that we Kashmiri Pandit have faced from last 700 years? And secondly, Panun Kashmir organization also proposed a genocide bill to the government of India. Do you think it is really important for the state of India to implement such bill, to make it a law so that further crimes like those can be stopped?
You see, thank you, Parth. First thing is genocide bill is extremely well documented. It is imperative on government of India to adopt it. There is no question about it. But the current government, as I said, this is the most nationalistic government that we have had since I understand or I have known India. But do they have some other things to attend to? I leave it with them because as regards the law to challenge or to check a genocide of the nature that we have been facing, I think there are existing laws. You see, Menis Garaspet, when my house was taken over by a madrasa in Verinag,
Hmm.
and they painted it all green and wrote whatever in Arabic they have to write. This is my house. When I write to the local administration, there are laws already that you cannot enter somebody's house.
Right.
For that, I don't have to go to United Nations. For that, existing laws have got enough power to throw that person out. But the will is not there, or the consequences of facing wrath for the person who takes any action are still huge. So, in that environment, as I said, is 5 फुट नफरस वनान ये बास्केटबॉल मैच से ज़ेनुन बास्केटबॉलर्स चे मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट 6.5 फुट 7 फुट नफर
Awesome. Absolutely.
इस 5 फुट इस ब्रोके वंकस अपील त्रावन यार चल यार खेल और ही एट योर परसिस्टेंस अगर तो मजबूर करूं स्विच लगाए निकर विकर लगाए तो वेस्ट फील्डस मगर बॉल हावनस ने I can promise you that ball as pit paka such weakest halat.
Right.
And please understand me that we have a bigger problem at hand, which is obstructing certain things which are absolutely necessary.
Right.
For a nation of India's size, having a bill like that is imperative. Having a law like that is imperative. If you now say New Zealand and Korea, agar bhi yetch to detail one ho, halat chne tita jaan kya kyas ki şu nosur chu paka. You chu England as must do winches, you chu France as must do winches, you chu yetitti, you chu Australia,
Canada, US,
yes. Canada must. At yetis kalas ne as I was saying, is called Saudi Arabia must not change, gache, which I believe the way Gora functions, the way Western world functions. Shayad image cheshnu in our life duration there will be some changes, but are we ready to be there that day? So it is important that we prepare ourselves to be decision makers at that time when time comes right.
Absolutely. And I think the used to so metaphor ditu 5 foot nafar playing basket, that is the best way anybody will make it understand. Last question for you, Veerji, and this is coming from Jagti Patchit KL Bhatt Sahab, and he writes, I was listening, I listened to every word you said very carefully, and without naming some individuals from diaspora, whichever country they live in, they have been of late creating a lot of confusion, whether it was Kashmiri Pandit 300-day long agitation, or it is just to it's a very important question he's asking. It is just to show that impossibility of creation of Panun Kashmir when it is so possible. How do you recommend us to deal with such kind of people?
Which vidambana chiye. This is a very difficult situation that as to youth and to pormut lyukmut yushiasan nokri making अगर ये नौकरी करनी चु कशीर तारान पचु गसान कुनी रिमोट विलेजेस मंस ये चु negate करान the very reason I left Kashmir. I refuse to accept Nizam Mustafa. I refuse to accept not second class but 10th class citizenship, and I thought that enough is enough. I need to move. Situation has not changed. Situation has even gone worse. And I return. Now, ये oxide, backside chu करूं क्या? 30 साल का हो गया, 32 साल का हो गया, मेरे पास जॉब नहीं है, यही एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है जीवन की, मैं घुस गया. So even if I oppose, I sympathize with this person, even if I oppose the job that he has been given, which he has been basically trapped by the connivance of the shrewd local government with idiotic central government of that time. Yutui Atman ye fasan chu, buchus mein ak sahanubhuti. I can only show my sympathy to a situation. Now, when you say diaspora has raised some questions about this 300 long day agitation, any Kashmiri Pandit on agitation has a reason, and my blood boils for that, and my every iota of energy is for that, and
Right.
so is most of the diasporas. Ika dukkha, because of some misunderstanding, not getting the full picture, or reacting sometimes foolishly. There are people who react foolishly, then state मेरा वो मतलब नहीं था. भाई तुम्हारा जब वो मतलब नहीं था तो मुंह खोलते क्यों हो भाई? मुंह तब खोलो जब पूरा उसका सेम डायस्पोरा आदमी से अगर पूछा जाए भाई तुम्हारा बच्चा वहां पर अगर एजिटेशन कर रहा है ये वजह,
how would you feel, right?
So how would you feel? So there are again a small. I'm taking one more minute.
Sure.
ऐसे एक दो गांव में दिले किस गरज मंथ that was Pandit ji was बड़ा important नफर, and we were going door to door, house to house. We reached his house, and many of our stalwarts were with us. And we explained to this Pandit ji how our situation is and what we are looking at and how important it is for us. And his son Raju ji, we said, and if you can allow Raju, he was appreciative. He said, that's the way. My 100% with you. You are God sent people. So we were so encouraged. Finally, we were encouraged to the level where we said, ये राजू जी है क्या हमारा एसोसिएट? क्या इस एशम नफर बकार? He is a quality person. Can he? तो मतलब इस बेचारे sketch time. You choose Subhan Neran, Bang Neran, Sangi Yuan, and you bechair this time. You tomorrow he is in that कुछ time Bodbar bank. You should tomorrow sorry संभाले. I was tomorrow ये तुम्हारा PhD कोर्मत, ये तुम्हारा Bodbar engineer, ये तुम्हारा doctor, ये तुम्हारा क्या था? तुम्हारा तमी राजू टाइप की तुम्हारा चने ये तो मगर so did he mean not to support us? No. And so the दृष्टिकोण ही वही त्युता करूँ. He didn't have that level of appreciation or thinking. He had some level, but not that level where if I ask my father that tomorrow I may get late, he would say, don't you worry, my dinner used to be on my table all the time and I will enter 12 p.m. The day I had my own Moinzrat, I was in Kritikita Yatra. I reached home at 11 p.m. when all function was over, and then ceremoniously I was given a small
Oh my God.
my own Moinzrat.
Oh my God.
So it is not my commitment. It is my parents allowed it to happen so. Absolutely. They gave me that leash.
Absolutely.
And if today I am doing something, it is not me, it is my wife, it's my children who are allowing it to happen.
Participating, so, yes.
Right. So GM diaspora समझ को सुचु उनके थोड़ा सा शायद अज्ञानी तिमान न भगवान थोड़ा सा lower level of ज्ञान चुस में नहीं बार yes ये तुम्हारा क्या बट चुना. I promised to that person who is asking this question that but sir, definitely this was a temporary thing. उसका भी उतना ही बॉयल करता है खून जितना आपका मेरा और किसी और का, क्योंकि रिश्ते में भाई हम आपके ही कुछ लगते हैं यार, ऐसा सवाल ही नहीं है. कोई डायस्पोरा वाला कुछ और वो करेगा. अगर इस गवर्नमेंटन बकर केएल से का नबासान अच्छी बैंक से हमारा म्यान मास्टर तो तुम पितर मारा हमारा चीत को
कुन्नत कुंजय रिलेटेड. हां यस. सो
गॉड ब्लेस यू. मतलब भगवान हमारे कभी ना कभी तो यार अग्निशेखर मनान दबानो उसके हमारा भगवान हमसे रूठ गया. मुझे बात है ज्यादा दिन नहीं रूठेगा. If we look at ourselves in last 30 years, 33 years, we lost a lot. We have gained also a lot.
A lot. Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Aks
before
Kashmir Trahat Satat Hatun, Yichak step of Panun Kashmir.
And Mechubasa Kunja, the like the way Winkinas Wano you mentioned that the way false propaganda, false narrative Shiva Palavna Kashmir files, Kerala story. I think that in some ways is also an achievement, Elias, when we look at that Ispata Wano, it is that Kashmiri Pandit resilience, yeah, resistance, yeah, activism, yeah, who actually generated that kind of a euphoria, galvanized masses, Indian masses, and we reached to a point that today we have a different narrative, definitely in the country.
So, Emi diaspora kar badbar contribution to get this Kashmir files done.
Right.
There is lots of contribution of this
Absolutely.
diaspora. So, I'll say always project agar ke jaan kam gamus che,
Mhm.
तो yes नाकार because इससे we are human beings. गलती तो होनी है भाई.
Right. So, sir, before I say goodbye to you, and last question, personally, man, why went to last is what time is it right now? Because you joined us 2:30 in the morning.
412.
4:12. Okay, so I just wish that you get some good sleep, and namaskar, and it was really a great pleasure and really a delight to have you, and keep guiding us, enlightening us, and I will definitely invite you on upcoming panel discussions, debates we will have or on this platform. So namaskar, thanks again for joining me, and I say goodbye to all my viewers, and with you ijazat, I will say you on yet another episode of the Homeland podcast season 1. Totan diyor ijazat, namaskar, and Jai Panun Kashmir.